My life is absolute chaos right now, but this bedroom has been depressing me for months, so ready or not, I'm going to start this thrifted makeover today. This is part 1, and honestly, I have no idea how this is going to go. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. New Year's, new projects, and I cannot wait to get to some of them, including the one we're going to get to today. Oy vey. We need to talk about my bedroom because right now it's looking more like the before shots of a rental listing nobody wants. Brown walls, zero personality. It's absolutely a room that looks like it was abandoned by my motivation and creativity, and quite honestly, it was. It looks so sad right now, I know. But here's the thing. I don't want a bedroom that exists with the overall emotional range of a beige rental. I want something that feels more intentional, more cozy, more layers, and even a bit romantic in that New England kind of way. And I'm gonna do it the only way I know how, by thrifting and DIYing my way to something absolutely beautiful. This is going to be a very real makeover. This is part 1, and by the end of this little mini-series, this room is going to look nothing like it does today. We're gonna take this bland, forgettable space and turn it into a room that finally feels like me and the vibes that I crave. No big box hauls, no overnight shipments, just a whole lot of creativity, patience, and a whole lot of secondhand magic. The inspiration for this room actually came from this gorgeous quilt. I am obsessed with this. It has that French country vibe that I absolutely love. And taking my cue from this, I am going to design my room in a fabulous way around it. Now, I also knew that I wanted to turn this area into an amazing focal point of my bedroom. Once upon a time, it didn't look this bad, and it's just really gotten out of hand, and I want to bring it back to life in an amazing way, and I came up with a fabulous idea that I really cannot wait to share with you guys. That is actually a window cornice that I thrifted from the side of the road. I have 2. I turned it into like a bed bonnet, if you will, to hang things from, and again, it served its purpose back then, but that was a long time ago. It's looking quite sad now. So I want to take that cornice down. I want to get the other one and this one looking alike. I want to craft a fabulous resin mold to put on them to really bring that French country vibe I'm going for. And I want to install them over my windows. I have layers I want to add to that and just really make these windows pop instead of being bland and boring like they are right now. Or, hey, I'll own it. They're not fantastic whatsoever. They look actually quite craptastic. I just threw curtains up. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I did pick a fabulous shade for this room that I think is really gonna bring it to life and also really brighten it up a whole lot. But before we can get to all of that fun stuff, there's a few things that I need to do to prep this room for the paint to go on and for our amazing wall to go up. I need to get everything off of the walls, I need to pull the furniture away, and I need to fill in the holes. Any nail hole whatsoever, with the exception of my television, I am not messing with that, not touching it, not taking it down, zip, zero, zilch, nothing. But everything else needs to come down, and I want to fill in those holes because nothing is going to go back the way that it was. Furniture is even going to get moved around in this room, and it's hopefully going to be an absolutely fabulous space when I'm done. Now, aside from the picture holes I need to fill in, I also have some kind of bigger holes that need my attention. Those lights that are up over the bed are going to have to be pulled off, and I know there's anchors that need to come out, and that is going to have to be filled in. And I also have some big holes around my curtain area where a rod gave me a problem a year ago. So we are going to focus on prepping this room, getting everything ready for paint so that we can take it from the dark ages back into the light. I have to say, I'm really kind of excited to do this. I have put this off for far too long, and more important than that, I'm excited you guys are along to watch this amazing transformation, because things like this are always better when you enjoy them with friends, right? All right, guys, let's get busy. We have a lot of work to do, and I mean a lot. This room is overwhelmingly dusty, dirty, and even depressing, and I'm not exactly sure where to start, so I guess I'll start with the bed and the headboard portion, getting all of that off, and work my way around the room. This is not going to be organized, I can promise you that. I'm going to be jumping from one project to the next, but we're going to get it all done. That's the important thing. Getting these lights off, I knew there was going to be some big anchors back there that we were going to need to address, and it didn't disappoint. I had to get a bit savvy to figure out how to get these anchors out of the wall, but I figured a butter knife would pull them out far enough for me to be able to grab them with like a little pair of needle nose, and I knew the holes might possibly get bigger, and that's totally fine. That's the chance I have to take. I continued working my way around the room, removing hardware, nails, taking things off of the dresser and putting them away. Finding places for all these things was hard, but they have to come down in order for me to get things done. And once I actually had this dresser all cleaned off, I decided to remove the mirror. And I have to say, it almost went real bad. But it didn't. Thank God. Could you imagine starting the new year like that? Oh my God. My plan is to move some furniture around, remove a piece or two from the room, and also bring in another piece of furniture that I desperately want up here. I ended up moving the dresses into a couple different positions until I could figure on the layout that I want, and perfectly honest, at this point in time, recording the voiceover, I'm not 100% sold on it, but it works and it's different and it gives the room a new vibe. This dresser was driving me nuts from a design standpoint because I didn't know if I wanted it at the foot of the bed or if I wanted it up near the headboard of the bed. I have another piece of furniture coming in and I need to be able to utilize that piece of furniture, but I also want it to look, good. I don't want it to look like I just threw stuff in here. So I moved this a couple of times, but I did end up putting it back at the foot of the bed, and I kind of think I like it there. Everything about this room is just completely dusty. And I'm not dodging responsibility because I have truly neglected this room, but the wood stove really doesn't help at all in this house. My house gets so dusty and I despise dusting. If you didn't know that about me, you do now. I really hate dusting, but I have to do it. There are dust bunnies on the floor the size of St. Bernards, okay? And don't judge because I know I'm not the only one. Some of you out there got dust bunnies too, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is no shame in our game. It just happens. It's called life. And sometimes it gets away from us. Now that I have things just kind of where they're going to go when this room is done, I need to fill in these holes. To do that, I'm going to use MH Ready Patch, which is a professional grade. I wanted something that was definitely stronger than spackle, but not quite Bondo, to fill in those really big monstrous holes that I have. And this stuff is going to be amazing, so I'm just going to start getting all of these holes filled in so it can cure for the night. My back is killing me. It has taken me hours to get to this point, but everything has been cleaned thoroughly. There is no more dust in this room. It still is a cluttered mess, and we will get to that as we go, but the walls have been filled in, all of the repairs have been made. Some of them are super deep, so we're gonna let them sit for the night. And then the one last thing we're gonna do, we're actually gonna finish up tomorrow, and that is getting those cornices ready for this room. That's going to be a super fun project that's actually going to have a huge impact when it comes to the design of the room and the overall vision and look. I'm excited for that one. Oh, good morning, guys. My body hurts. It hurts a whole lot. I think I need to get a massage when we are done with this project, but that's not going to be happening today. Instead, we're going to tackle one of the many projects that we need to get done for this room. I have these 2 cornices here, as you can see. One of them has been distressed. That's the one I had over my bed. The other one was left in its plain brown state. I just decided to give it a coat of my White Dove Benjamin Moore paint and just give it a nice creamy neutral shade on it. And I made these gorgeous, very French medallions, if you will, to go on the front, so we are going to get those on as well. In fact, I'm going to get those on first, and then we're going to give it a coat of paint. Got to get them at the same level, so one needs a little bit more attention than the other, but that's fine. I've got a movie on. We're good. I decided to stipple on the last layer of white using my rolling dog brush. I like that it gives it this little bit of texture, and I think that really also helps create that French country antique vibe I'm going for. I don't want a ton of texture on that. I mean, I say that now, but as I'm saying that out loud, I'm actually thinking like, wow, I could put some fresco on there and really amp this up. You know me. Anywho, I'm stippling it. That's what I'm doing. I don't want just a flat finish. I want some form of texture there. And this is a great way to get just a little bit of texture, even if you don't have a texturizing medium. I also had to give the cornice rods a few coats of the white, and I stippled that on as well. I don't want to create too much texture on these though, because a curtain does need to slide back and forth, and I don't want anything that it's going to hook on or pull it. You know what I mean? So just a teeny bit of texture there. I think that once these dry, I'm actually going to distress them back a little bit again.
Are you crazy? Or just plain stupid?
I do like that look. It's aged antique. It'll go with the whole vibe of the room, so I definitely think I'm going to sand it back just a little bit here and there.
I guess.
And I want to make this applique pop, and I have to decide what rub and buff am I going to use to do that. While all of this is sitting and curing, I'm going to get in the bedroom and get my sanding on. Alright, I have sanded the entire room, and I think this is a great spot to end this video. Next up is going to be getting the paint on the wall, so you'll see the paint color. The focal point above the bed, we have to get that together next time as well. What else? What else? I know there's more projects. So yeah, we still have a ton to do, but we're gonna stop here and we will pick it back up next time with major changes, because once you start busting into the paint and stuff, the room really starts to shift, the vibe changes, and the vision comes together. All right, guys, stay grounded, stay glowing, and always stay in your element. I'll see you guys real soon. We got a room to finish.